You ever fill up your gas tank, swear you'll take it easy this week, and 2 days later that fuel gauge is staring back at you like, "Nice try, buddy." I swear, sometimes it feels like my car has a personal vendetta against my wallet. We've all been there, pulling up to the gas station, eyes rolling as prices flicker higher than your phone battery on 1%, thinking, "Didn't I just fill this thing?" Whether you drive a hand-me-down Toyota, a college-era Honda Civic, or a fancy new crossover with a name that sounds like a spaceship, the story's the same. Gas prices go up, your bank balance goes down, and your sanity hitches a ride to nowhere. But here's the twist: improving your car's fuel economy isn't just about saving money, it's about control. Controlling how much your car wastes, controlling how you drive, and ultimately, controlling how much of your paycheck evaporates every time you start the engine. So buckle up, because we're diving into real, practical, tested ways to squeeze every last drop of efficiency out of your car. We'll talk about what the experts say, what real people like your cousin who swears by premium gas actually experience, and why a few simple changes could mean the difference between barely making rent and I can finally afford concert tickets again. But before we begin, I'd love you to click the like button and subscribe to this channel for more incredible car care tips. Let's start with a reality check. According to AAA, the average American spends over $3,000 a year on fuel alone, and that number spikes if you commute long distances or live in states like California or New York, where prices flirt with $6 per gallon on bad days. When gas prices hit record highs in 2022, people actually started trading in their trucks and SUVs for smaller cars. A CNN business report that year showed compact car sales jumped nearly 70%, all because of fuel costs. Families that once bragged about their roomy rides suddenly found themselves Googling most fuel-efficient car 2023 like it was a survival skill. And then there's my friend Malik. He drives a 2014 Dodge Charger, big engine, louder than a marching band. Back in summer 2023, when gas prices in Texas crept up again, he started carpooling to work with two coworkers. He told me, "Man, I used to laugh at hybrids. Now I'm checking out Priuses like they're Teslas." Here's what most people get wrong. They think bad gas mileage is just a car problem. Like, "Oh, my ride's just thirsty." Nah, that's lazy thinking. In reality, your driving habits, your maintenance routine, and even your tire pressure all play massive roles in how efficiently your car burns fuel. Think of your car like an athlete. Feed it right, treat it right, and it'll perform better. Neglect it, and it's basically running on junk food and bad vibes. This one hurts, I know. There's something primal about hitting the gas on an open stretch of road. It's freedom, it's rebellion, it's adrenaline. But here's the ugly truth: the faster you go, the more air resistance you fight, and the more fuel your engine burns to keep up. The US Department of Energy found that every 5 miles per hour over 50 miles per hour is like paying an extra 30 cents per gallon. In other words, if you're cruising at 75 miles per hour because you just want to get there, you're also donating a small fortune to your local gas station. I learned this the hard way during a road trip from Houston to New Orleans. My cousin Teo was driving like we were in a NASCAR qualifier. We made good time, sure, but when we compared receipts, my friend Amara, who drove her compact SUV more calmly, spent $23 less on gas for the same distance. Lesson learned. Drive smart, not fast. Cruise control is your friend and patience pays in mileage. You wouldn't run a marathon in flat shoes, right? Same goes for your car. Underinflated tires are one of the sneakiest fuel wasters out there. The EPA estimates that properly inflated tires can improve gas mileage by up to 3%. Which might not sound like much, but over a year, that's easily a full tank of gas or two. My mom, bless her heart, ignored that little tire pressure warning light for months because she thought it was just a sensor glitch. Then one rainy day, she skidded a little on a wet corner, and finally got her tires checked. The mechanic told her not only were they underinflated, but uneven wear meant she was also burning more fuel than necessary. Since then, she checks them every 2 weeks and swears she gets 40 extra miles per tank. Pro tip: invest in a $10 tire gauge or use the free air pumps at gas stations. It's simple maintenance that can save you hundreds a year. This one's a little bit personal. I used to carry half my life in my trunk, an emergency toolkit, gym bag, camping gear, just in case, and even a box of books from college that I still hadn't unpacked. One day, my brother teased, "Bruh, you're driving a moving van, not a sedan." Out of curiosity, I cleaned everything out and weighed it. Almost 70 pounds of unnecessary junk. No surprise, my next few fill-ups lasted noticeably longer. According to the EPA, every 100 pounds of extra weight can reduce your car's MPG by about 1%. That may not seem like much, but over months of driving, it adds up. Moral of the story: declutter your ride, your back will thank you, and so will your wallet. We all do it. Waiting for a friend, parked at the curb, scrolling through our phones while the engine hums away. But here's the thing, idling burns fuel for literally no reason. In fact, idling for more than 10 seconds uses more fuel than restarting your engine. A Washington Post report once calculated that Americans waste 3 billion gallons of fuel every year just idling. That's billions, with a B. Imagine how much money and emissions that is. My friend Sandra learned this lesson in Chicago winter 2021. She used to start her car 15 minutes early every morning to warm it up. Turns out, modern engines don't need that long. Just 30 seconds to a minute. Now she lets it idle briefly, drives gently for the first mile, and saves about $10 to $15 a month. Tiny changes, big difference. Skipping oil changes, ignoring air filters, and delaying spark plug replacements might not seem like a big deal, but over time, it kills efficiency. A dirty air filter can lower your gas mileage by 10%, according to the Department of Energy. Spark plugs that misfire cause your engine to waste fuel, and old oil makes your engine work harder. My uncle Darrell learned this the painful way. He ignored his check engine light for weeks. One day, his car sputtered and died on the freeway. The mechanic later said it was a clogged fuel injector. Something that could have been caught early with regular maintenance. The repair cost $600, the fuel he wasted leading up to that. Probably another $100. If he'd just gone for that $60 tune-up when the warning light first came on, he'd have saved hundreds. Lesson: preventive maintenance isn't boring, it's profit. Ever run 3 errands that were all in the same part of town, but did them hours apart, wasting gas driving back and forth? That's bad trip planning, and it's a silent gas killer. Combine trips whenever you can. Cold starts when your engine hasn't warmed up yet. Burn more fuel than warm ones, so if you can chain errands together. Gym, grocery, coffee, then home, you'll save both time and gas. It's something I learned from my aunt, who's a delivery driver. She plans her routes with military precision using Google Maps. She says it cuts her fuel costs by at least 15% each month. Efficiency is about thinking ahead, not just driving better. One of the biggest scams in car culture is the obsession with premium gas. Unless your car manual specifically says premium is required, you're wasting money. Consumer Reports confirmed that most cars don't benefit at all from premium fuel. It doesn't clean your engine better or make your car faster, but gas stations sure love selling it to you for 50 to 70 cents more per gallon. So yeah, skip the flex, stick to regular unless your car demands otherwise. Your wallet won't know the difference, but your savings account will. If you're under 30, your phone is basically an extension of your body. So use it to save gas. Apps like Gas Buddy, Waze, and Triple Mobile help you find cheaper stations nearby or avoid heavy traffic that eats fuel. One of my friends in Atlanta swears by Gas Buddy. She once saved $7 in a single fill-up by driving 5 extra minutes to a cheaper station. Doesn't sound like much, but do that every week and you're saving almost $400 a year. Also, if your car has an eco mode, use it. It adjusts your throttle response and transmission to conserve fuel. You won't win any drag races, but you'll go farther on the same tank. Let's be honest. Most of us don't think about fuel economy until it's too late. We learn the hard way. Like my buddy Jake, who drove a lifted F-150 during college because it looked cool. He was filling up twice a week, dropping nearly $120 each time. When he finally sold it for a smaller hybrid, he told me, "Bro, I basically drove away my student loan payments." Or my cousin Ernie, who ignored her car's sluggish acceleration for months until it failed an emissions test. The culprit, a dirty mass airflow sensor. A $50 fix that had been wasting hundreds in gas. The regret always comes later, but you don't have to wait for that aha moment. You can start now. The bottom line, improving your car's fuel economy isn't about turning into a hypermiling nerd, it's about awareness. About realizing that every small change adds up. Here's the recap. Drive calmly. Check your tires. Ditch the junk in your trunk. Don't idle. Keep your car maintained. Plan trips smarter. Skip unnecessary premium gas. Use your apps and car's eco features. Do that consistently, and you could easily save $500 to $800 a year. Enough for a weekend trip, new headphones, or just less stress at the pump. Gas prices will always fluctuate. Wars, inflation, global supply, you name it, but your habits are the one thing you control. Don't wait for a crisis to start paying attention. Because here's the truth, bad fuel economy isn't just a car issue. It's a lifestyle leak. It's money slipping through the cracks because of small choices you never notice. So next time you fill up, don't sigh in defeat. Smile, you're driving smarter now. You've outsmarted the black hole in your gas tank, and that, my friend, is one win the oil companies don't want you to have. If you found these tips helpful, please like the video and I'll see you again next time.